how do you use analytics to come up with topics for your websites, blog, or landing pages? Well, go to analytics if you've already got it installed. Click on the website that you're wanting to get blog post titles for, and go to behavior, site content, and all pages on the left sidebar there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go down to the bottom of this table and choose, let's say, the top 250. So I can see my top 250 blog posts. And, for the sake of this experiment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first starting date and I'm going to bring it back a couple months, so I can really get a good idea about how the last 3 months has performed for pieces of content. So the biggest pieces of content on my website, you can see here, crash course to hand lettering, and we've got my homepage, hand lettering fonts for beginners, and examples of great web design color palettes. Web design color palettes, hand lettering, gradients for web design. So what I want to do is I want to use my discretion here and figure out which of these are the closest things to serving people that will actually want my service, because I don't just want to write a bunch of content just for traffic, because this is crazy, but honestly I don't even have a product related to crash course to hand lettering, so I'm not even worried about that. All right, I'm going back here. The point is that web design color palettes is probably the closest. These examples of great color palettes with hex codes, gradients for web design, so on and so forth. Fonts, probably not so much. So over the last year or so, I've gotten a little bit more intense about trying to make sure that my blogging strategy takes into consideration my business goals. So I want to probably create more content like the stuff that's working. So color palettes, web design, so on and so forth, color guide, and then obviously my bio and some of my key pages here are doing pretty well too. But the point is now I've determined that some of my best pages through analytics are about color palettes that will have the closest demographic to the ones that would be buying my service. So I might choose something like, best color combinations. So I'm taking the things that have done well and I'm doing offshoots of them in a new way for content that I think that will do well. So I could do web design color combinations, or web design color choices for 2016, which I'm about to do a post for that. But essentially go into analytics and find your best content and do offshoots. You can, depending on how many posts you have, you could go down quite a ways here to kind of dig up your best stuff that you think could be for the customers that you want to make it for.